So I'm Jim Moore. I'm chair of the Engineering Faculty Council. It's been an unusual year. I think the council's been very active. If you run into one of them, you might thank them because they've been acting in your interests. When the central administration decided to pause contributions to our retirement account, it was the council that escalated to the academic senate and asked them to rethink that posture. And to our dismay, the Senate Executive Board's response was basically to capitulate, but the Senate collectively weighed the two different positions and took the position that, in fact, the faculty objected to the strategy and hoped that the central administration would proceed differently, and they did modify it. It's been a contentious year, and when you're in a period of great contention and stress, it's good to have somebody at the helm who has a lot of experience. And Dean Yortzis has a great deal of experience. You'll all probably remember the play Anne of the Thousand Days by Maxwell Anderson. Well, as of today, Dean Yortzis is Yanni of 5,784 days. And all of that experience was brought to bear in a very difficult year, and I think the organization benefited from it greatly. But it's not just experience. What stands out in my experience working with Giannis in multiple capacities over the years has been that it's something that we don't talk about because it embarrasses us, but he really does have a rather exceptional intelligence. I remember an occasion on which we were talking about real analysis and courses we had taken in real analysis. And I don't remember why, but I think it had something to do with his predilection for opaque mathematical and scientific analogies. And he said that he had really enjoyed his sequence in real analysis. He thought it was a beautiful body of theory and found it very enlightening. And my position was that anybody who taught real analysis should probably be paid in the imaginary plane. And I had a different quality experience. In any event, he's brought both experience and raw intelligence to a year where we really needed it. And I think we're all grateful to him for that. So without further distraction, I'll introduce the Dean of the Andrew and Erna Viterbi School of Engineering, a man who will celebrate Easter, the real one, in 5 days. Dean Yortzis, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Jim. Very much appreciate it. I don't remember the exact mathematical analysis incident that you mentioned, but you are right on that I try to use a lot of kind of math to explain social relationships. I think this is probably my fault, but at the same time, I find it kind of amusing sometimes to do that. So I appreciate a lot your introduction. It was indeed a very special year. Typically, we will gather, in town and gown and do a nice lunch or some sort of an event to celebrate and recognize individuals and collective achievements. Today, we have a different way to do this, of course, because this is going to be online. I wanted to, before I proceed, to welcome some special guests that I think are here with us today. It's Jim and Judy Baum and Dr. Masood and Mrs. Surinder Tayebi. Jim is the chair of our Board of Counselors, on which board also Brian Mean, another supporter of the school, is serving for many years now. And I would also like to welcome, I hope they have joined us already, good friends from Northrop Grumman, Art Arsenault, and Anjali Chopra. I think they are here. We have a strong partnership with Northrop, particularly with respect to the Faculty Teaching Award. And so we are very happy to continue this partnership for many, many years. I'm not going to go through a lot of review of the previous year, but certainly for more than a year, we have learned to live under very different conditions. But as vaccinations rapidly increase and we slowly emerge from the long shadow of the pandemic, I'm very hopeful that we will soon rejoin the pre-COVID world, except much more enlightened and wiser. And until then, and of course today, just like the other award ceremonies, we have to be done online. But as the ancient Greeks have said, you would expect an ancient Greek quotation from me, ουδέν κακόν αμυγές καλού, which means that there's always something good to be found in every situation. I suppose that's the optimistic view of the world, even in bad situations. So we always look for something good that can be found. So in this particular case, what's good is that you can sing the praises of your peers in real time through the chat function. So these praises can be very loud, even without volume, and they can be heartfelt if they cannot be heard. So I think that's another advantage that we can have through this online Zoom techniques, if you wish. At the onset of COVID, I thought that the epidemic would primarily test our values, our competence, and our character, and I think Jim very aptly mentioned that, and also our collective trust to navigate together these very unprecedented times. A year later, I think the verdict is that the school came through in a very good fashion. Maybe because we already had considerable experience with online teaching, maybe because the school was cohesive, maybe because of the ability to constantly reinvent. The transition to COVID world, where I said in the past that the wave function collapsed. This is my quantum analog of what exactly happened about a year ago. This transition was smooth, it was effective, and more or less seamless. So I personally, and I think many in the school, cannot adequately express our collective gratitude to all of you, the faculty and staff, and our students as well, for the collective trust and confidence in the school, in one another, and for the tireless effort that you expended to help us move forward with competence and move forward with character, with pride and with vision, the ability to adapt, to anticipate, and to continue serving our students and our society at large. Traditionally, we use a video, the year in review video, which we typically complete by February. So this video that you will see in a moment was done by mid-February or so. And so this video highlights or summarizes a little bit of what happens in the school last year. So maybe I can ask Michael and Cassandra to show it.
Who is the engineer of tomorrow? In a world where change is exponential, where change is the only constant, we must also change the conversation about engineering, about who we are, what we do, and what we look like. Our engineers must embody agility and resilience, competence and character, the qualities that create trust. As USC Engineering entered its 115th year, the last 16 under the Viterbi name, the school was moving with confident strides to help engineer a better world for all humanity. And then, humanity was confronted with an unthinkable crisis.
Tonight, the coronavirus forcing millions more Americans into virtual lockdown. Over 75 million people in New York, California, Illinois, and Connecticut.
As the surge of coronavirus cases explodes.
In the face of crisis, USC Viterbi adjusted, innovated, and continued to lead. Nearly 50 years ago, Viterbi pioneered an online course system known today as DEN at Viterbi, the Distance Education Network. DEN has been consistently named by U.S. News & World Report as one of the top 5 online graduate engineering programs in the country, with its computer science and technology program ranked #1 for the 9th consecutive year. This agility and resilience also led the Viterbi faculty to address the pandemic in a deeply meaningful way. The Viterbi versus Pandemics lecture series is a groundbreaking effort that summarizes Viterbi faculty research and the development of new methods to predict, analyze, and combat COVID-19, with topics ranging from the fluid dynamics of contagion to risk estimation and vaccine development. Character also means fighting the pandemic head-on. Viterbi, a co-founder of the Grand Challenges Scholars Program, co-conceived and is helping lead the NAE's COVID-19 call for engineering action. Students, faculty, and engineers across the country contribute to a virtual incubator of ideas with the goal of mitigating the contagion and its impact. This year, a record 6 assistant professors at USC Viterbi received the prestigious National Science Foundation Career Award. Megan McCain and Matul Lahar, Alexandra Korolova and Haipeng Lo, and Daniel McCurry and Jiming Wang. Scott Frazier, jointly with the Dornsife College, was inducted into the National Academy of Medicine. Azad Madni and Jiangxi Peng were elected to the National Academy of Engineers. Keith Chug, Jay Kuo, and Gerald Loeb were elected to the National Academy of Inventors, and Gigi Ragusa received the Presidential Mentoring Award for Science and Engineering. The extraordinary competence of Viterbi's engineers also includes work such as that of Professor Ava Conso, who used a groundbreaking study of the locomotion in sea stars to help design simpler, decentralized systems in robotics. Assistant Professor Mariam Shanechi developed an interface that maps how emotional disorders are represented in the brain, promising new therapies to change the state of mental health. And Professor Krishna Nayak has led an initiative to build a revolutionary, high-performance, low-field MRI center in Michelson Hall, only the third of its kind in the world. Competence also means looking toward the future. Despite the obstacles presented by COVID-19, we are looking forward to the ceremonial groundbreaking for the Ginsberg Human-Centered Computation Building, a 100,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility focused on human-centered computation. This year also marked the opening of the Baum Family Makerspace, a unique multi-purpose center for designing and fabrication by USC Viterbi students. It includes an open design space, a fully staffed machine shop, and a 3D fabrication shop. In this cauldron of innovation, students from all the school's design and competition teams can work side by side, under one roof, cultivating a mindset of growth where leadership, creativity, and collaboration across the disciplines will endure and prevail. But beyond resilience and competence, the engineer of tomorrow requires character. The Viterbi Ethos Project is dedicated to building a sense of ethical responsibility and purpose in our students, helping them understand their role in society and their place in history. The Engineering Humanities program will offer a liberal arts curriculum that is holistically integrated with Viterbi's technical schools. It will instill in our students a desire to practice engineering virtuously. The character of our engineers was tested in 2020, not only by the pandemic, but by a reckoning with some of the darkest chapters of our history. Once again, Viterbi stepped up to lead by pursuing a historic series of initiatives focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion. The 2017 ASEE award-winning National Diversity Pledge has gained the signatures of over 230 engineering deans nationwide. A podcasting series, Escape Velocity, focuses on the intersection of race, academia, and STEM, and features the poignant stories of Viterbi's Black faculty, students, and staff. And Viterbi's parity objective aims to enhance diversity in all parts of the engineering pipeline, from K through 12 to undergraduate admissions to faculty recruitment. Diversity drives innovation, and Viterbi is proud to help lead the engineering community into a bigger, bolder, and more inclusive future. When we look back on 2020, we will remember a year of great challenges, but in the post-COVID era, a new generation of engineers will lead us forward. The engineer of tomorrow is the Viterbi engineer, an engineer who builds trust through agility, resilience, competence, and character, who uses technology to eliminate distances in space and time, but most importantly, in hearts and minds. There will always be problems, but all problems are solvable if we work together to engineer a better world for all humanity.
Well, thank you so much for watching this. I'm now going to the part of the reason we're here, which is the awards. I just wanted to mention a couple more things before I go there. And I want to ask the question, actually, what we learned over the past year. I think we learned a few things. We learned, first of all, how important are science and engineering to help bring an end to the contagion. We see this in front of our eyes. And also, right after the COVID-19 epidemic started and became part of our vocabulary, as I was mentioned in the video, the National Academy of Engineering launched a call to action. I should tell you that this call to action came as a result of an initiative that started here at USC Viterbi and included contributions from our Grand Challenges Scholars Program, which is a very important initiative that was led at USC for a long time now. And I had the honor to chair the executive committee of this initiative, which now ended at the end of December. But I saw how exciting it was to usher in innovative solutions, not only by accomplished engineers, but also by bright new engineering students. It's actually a testament to the ability and the quality of our students in this Grand Challenges Scholars Program. I like to quote Israeli author and historian Yuval Noah Harari, who recently said, "Epidemics are no longer uncontrollable forces of nature. Science has turned them into a manageable challenge." And he concludes, "In the war between humans and pathogens, never have humans been so powerful." And I think this is a wonderful summary of the power of science and engineering. I think we are coming out of this so much more wiser, much wiser and much more informed. We also learn how to value education, particularly in times of exponential change like today, where uninformed decisions can have debilitating consequences. And I thought also that our faculty and staff recognize the moral responsibility that we had this year to offer the highest quality of education to all our students. And this experience, unanticipated as they were, will help us reinvent the future. Finally, during the pandemic, we learned yet again the importance of valuing our fellow human, to uphold our collective humanity, to open our hearts and minds to inclusion and understanding, and to work to eliminate inequities. You saw a little bit of this in the video that you saw. And as probably was said in the video, following the murder of George Floyd, we started last July an equity-minded call to action that addresses all parts of the school, students, faculty, and staff, and addresses recruitment to retention, mentoring, recognition, and support. And this is in parallel to another effort that we are doing with the ASEE, the American Society of Engineering Education. It's funded by the NSF, and it's called EDGE, and it's a partnership to promote gender equity in engineering faculty. So I think we should be very, very proud of all these activities that we do at the school. So I'm very optimistic about the post-COVID future. I think this is going to be ushered very soon. I think we see it around the corner. I think we can see in front of our eyes the wave function collapsing yet again in a different way and rejoining the post-COVID world. And I think that engineers will be called to help for a fast recovery and a new and a bright future. But I think engineering will become increasingly human-centric. That's another lesson that we learn in this COVID world. And with an engineering plus mindset, something that has to be reflected in novel programs in engineering education and research. Now I have to go back to the reason why we're here, which is to celebrate the achievements of our faculty and staff. I do want to repeat a little bit some of the recognitions from the previous, from the video. I want to recognize yet again John C. Pang, which is Epstein Family Chair and Professor of Industrial and Systems Engineering, and Azad Madni, Professor of Astronautics, who were inducted into the National Academy of Engineering. That's the highest honor in engineering. Both of them were. We are very happy and very proud of their achievements. Scott Fraser, who is a provost professor with joint appointment at Dornsife, was inducted in the National Academy of Medicine. Significant achievement as well. The video showed that last year we had 6 junior faculty members: Alexandra Korolova, Daniel Makary, Haipeng Luo, Mitu Luhar, Jimin Wang and Megan McCain that won the 2020 NSF Career Award. That was a record for the school to have 6 Career Award winners in 1 year. This spring, we have up till now 4 more junior faculty. I'd like to mention their names: Gio Desmuk from CS, Heather Culbertson from CS, Konstantin Sideris from ECE, and Phoebe Vallanos from ISC. They received the same career award, and I think there is one pending. Hopefully that will be received as well, which will show yet again another tremendous performance of our junior faculty. Finally, I should mention that Darren Gray, the co-director of the USC Viterbi K-12 STEM Center, was recently given the title of the award of James Bollinger Engineer of the Year by the Orange County Engineering Council. Congratulations, Dr. Grandpa Darren Gray. And I should also, last but not least, I should mention Keith Chag, Jay Kuo, and Jerry Loeb, who were inducted into the National Academy of Inventors. That's a significant other achievement as well. So we're very proud of all the successes. Some other notable achievements. Lucio Soibelman was elected into the Pan American Academy of Engineering. Dan Dapkus won the Franklin Institute Benjamin Franklin Medal in Electrical Engineering. Huge achievement for Dan. Azad Madni wins an award like every other week. So I'll tell you the ones that he won recently. The IEEE Norbert Winner Award, the IEEE Judith Resnick Space Award, and also NDIA's Excellence in Systems Engineering Award. So that's Azad right there. Jay, who I mentioned him before as well, last year won an Engineering Emmy Award, if you could believe that, a National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. And earlier this week, he just emailed me about 2 days ago, he also won the IEEE Circuits and Systems Society Dosser Technical Achievement Award. Congratulations to Jay yet again. Scott Fraser won the Society for Development Biology Edwin Conklin Medal. Miriam Sanechi, you saw her in the video, won a very special award, which is the ASEE Curtis McGraw Award. It's given to researchers across the country. She beat a competition of at least 60. In that competition, Miriam is breaking barriers one after another. Mitu Luhar was invited to be a member of the National Academy of Engineering Frontiers of Engineering Award. This is considered the junior NAE, no pressure, Mitul, to become a member at some point. Rehan Kapadia received the AVS Peter Mark Award. Jimin Wang, the SME Outstanding Young Manufacturing Engineer Award. Jimin is also collecting one award after another. Congratulations to Jimin. And Ku Shen received the BMES Rising Star Award. We had also a number of recognitions of our faculty as fellows of societies. Last year, we had a record 6 AAAS fellows: Yolanda Gill, Liana Golubchik, Verokos Nevis, Paul Newton, and Timothy Pinkston. 3 AECM fellows: Sven Koenig, Maya Matarik, and Mike Zaida. Stacy Finley was named an AIBME fellow, and Assad Oberoi, an ASME fellow. And Craig Knobloch and Yolanda Gill were named IEEE fellows. Very distinguished, great distinctions for all our faculty there. Shanghua Tang became a SIAM fellow, and Yerny Barbitz was named an ACM distinguished member. So the list is long, it is impressive, and they demonstrate yet again the excellence of our faculty and their commitment to the school and their profession. I cannot be happier and more inspired by the recognition that our faculty are receiving. I have mentioned before that one of the best things to be a dean of engineering, in this case, the dean of Viterbi, is to hear of all the remarkable achievements of our faculty and students. And that actually is what makes it worth it. I can tell you that. So I'm very proud of our faculty, of the staff, of the school. It's an ambition of leadership, has a clarity of vision, its commitment to competence, commitment to character, and a commitment to trust. And I think these are all characterizing the Viterbi School today. Now I would like to introduce you to Kim Brittinger, who is our new Vice Dean for Administration and Finance, joined us in February. And Kim will present the Staff Award for Excellence and the Staff Early Career Award. So Kim, it's all yours.
Hey, Giannis. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. As Giannis mentioned, I joined back in February, and one of the things that Linda Rock mentioned to me was that this was her favorite event each year, and I can understand why. It is a time when together we celebrate our colleagues, and as this is my first award celebration, it is especially meaningful to me. 22 staff members were nominated for awards this spring. Reading the many letters of support from our faculty, staff, and students makes me proud to be part of the hardworking and dedicated team of staff members we have here at Viterbi. I want to thank those of you who nominated colleagues during this incredibly busy time, and I want to thank the committee who agrees on very short notice to help with the process. The quality and strength of the Viterbi staff is integral to the success of our faculty, students, and programs. To all Viterbi staff, please know your work is noticed and greatly appreciated by those you directly support, as well as at the school and university level. It is an honor and a great privilege to represent you. It is my pleasure to present the Staff Early Career Award and the Staff Award for Excellence. Given the caliber of the nominations this year and the uniqueness of this past year, the committee decided to award 2 recipients in each category. The Early Career Award is given to a staff member who has been with the Viterbi School between 1 and 3 years and whose performance is well above what we typically expect from someone new to their position. This year's first Staff Early Career Award goes to William Yang at BME. William is a Student Services and Graduate Affairs Advisor in the Biomedical Engineering Department. William joined Viterbi in January 2019, and during his 2.5 years at Viterbi, William has shown himself to be an outstanding administrator, advisor, and colleague. William is tireless in his efforts as the graduate advisor, both on behalf of the students and for the faculty. He has come up to speed very quickly in the short time he has been with the department and is responsive and attentive, which is no small feat given the number of students and the challenges faced this past year. His contributions have made a positive difference by promoting culture inclusion, acceptance, and social and self-awareness among biomedical engineering students. He is fun, enthusiastic, a great listener, as well as completely trustworthy. His thoughtful approach to planning and problem solving, his willingness to volunteer for additional tasks, and his unfailing sense of optimism and team spirit make him truly deserving of this award. We are proud to present the Early Career Award to William Yang in the Biomedical Engineering Department. Everyone, please join me in congratulating William. And William, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, Kim. It is an honor and a privilege to share this moment with everyone today, and with the incredible staff, students, and faculty who I can call my colleagues, who keep inspiring me on a daily basis, challenging me, believing in me, and making my journey to this stage possible. I would also like to thank my nominators and the award selection committee for choosing me for this accolade. A large part of our job as advisors is perseverance. We don't just want our students to set goals, but we strive to push them to keep going, moving forward, to want to make something of themselves. There's a quote by Jim Rohn, an entrepreneur, that used to reflect at times of uncertainty and the feeling of being stuck. Your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change. I believe advising also means coaching students to unlearn bad habits and coaching them to control matters of the present. These are the things that can help students overcome obstacles they face one day at a time. So I dedicate this award to the men and women who attempt change, because it takes courage to just even try. Thank you.
Thank you, William. Definitely words to live by. Appreciate that. This year's second Staff Early Career Award goes to Christy Lee in Viterbi Advancement. Christy joined Viterbi in June 2019 as Administrative Assistant on Viterbi's Advancement team. Christy is a self-starter, quick learner, and productive worker. In her short time at Viterbi, she has demonstrated to be an indispensable member of the team. Since working from home in March 2020, all in-person events were quickly transitioned to online. Christy has become instrumental in our online event production and management, including end-of-year ceremonies, receptions, commencement, board meetings, and coffees with the dean. She is always willing to lend a helping hand, and her cheerful can-do attitude earns her adoration from the entire team as well as from donors. She proves to be a valuable addition to the department and the school, and her potential for continued impact on our business, our donors, and our team members is boundless. We are extremely grateful for her dedication and proud of her achievements. Everyone, please join me in congratulating Christy. Christy, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, Kim. I just want to give a big shout out to the advancement team for welcoming me with open arms on my first day here almost 2 years ago. Each of you have played a large part in making my experience here very memorable, and we are truly like a family, and I'm so grateful to work with each and every one of you. A special shout out to Marianne Schwartz for leading our amazing team, as well as my direct supervisor, Avon Yam. Avon, your support truly means the world to me. So again, thank you very much, and I'm so grateful to be a part of the Viterbi team.
Thank you, Christy, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
So we'll move on now to the Staff Award for Excellence, which recognizes performance that is extraordinary and consistently rises above and beyond our expectation. The first of this year's Staff Award for Excellence goes to Adam Smith of Marketing and Communications. Adam is the Chief Creative Content Officer for Viterbi's Marketing and Communications Department and has been with Viterbi since 2011. Anyone who has ever had the pleasure of working with Adam marvels at his creativity, work ethic, and ability to get things done. His vision and commitment to excellence have helped make the USC Viterbi Marketing and Communications Unit among the finest in the nation. As editor of the USC Viterbi magazine, this once marginal publication won 4 Case District 7 gold medals and 1 silver medal between 2014 and 2019. In 2015, Adam initiated a partnership with the National Academy of Engineering for a new competition which drew nearly 2,000 hopefuls pitching to turn their ideas into the first breakout TV series featuring a female engineer lead. The LA Times and New York Times, among other national publications, covered the competition, which burnished the USC Viterbi brand. More recently, Adam will help oversee the creation of a video series featuring young women engineers talking about their experiences to create excitement around STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. The videos will appear on the group's website, YouTube channel, and Instagram. Once again, the short films will help burnish USC's Viterbi's reputation, underscoring our school's commitment to engineering diversity. Adam's incredible enthusiasm and insatiable curiosity make him an invaluable and irreplaceable member of the USC Viterbi team. Please join me in congratulating Adam. Adam, would you like to say a few words?
So I want to thank my incredibly talented friends and colleagues in Viterbi Marcom, my boss, Michael Chung, Mark Ballon, who's really the architect behind this nomination. I feel very grateful to be able to share your stories. To the faculty, seeing you and the students imagine and create things that never existed is a huge source of inspiration. As a storyteller, you can't ask for much more than that. I mean, it's not many professions that actively say, yes, I will actively take on the biggest, most daunting challenges of the entire planet. I'm personally quite daunted by hanging a flat screen TV, so let alone tackling global warming. To frame it for you, Dean Yortzos, I would be a lousy Odysseus or Achilles, but hopefully I'm an adequate Homer. And to the staff also, just last week I had the pleasure of interviewing Darren Gray. And I thought, you know, what an incredible person. How many other great stories have I missed? How many other great stories are out there? You know, I'm excited to find out. Thank you all for being so generous.
Thank you so much, Adam, and congratulations again. The second of this year's Staff Award for Excellence goes to Dante Galindo of Viterbi IT. Dante is a computer services consultant in Viterbi's IT department and has been with Viterbi since March of 2017. When Dante was hired over 4 years ago, it did not take long for us to realize that we are lucky to have Dante. He has been a terrific addition to the Viterbi IT team. Dante pretty much hit the ground running, taking on more and more complicated tasks during his tenure with Viterbi IT. Dante supports a wider range of users, from faculty to staff to students. His willingness to assist and be positive during difficult and stressful times has brought great comfort to many users, including myself. He is a very, very patient person. I can attest to that. User feedback through the Viterbi service desk has been consistently high. This is apparent in the number of support letters that Dante received for his nominations from throughout the school. For a better part of this year, Viterbi IT has been operating on a reduced staff. Dante, along with the rest of the IT team, continued to provide high levels of customer service despite being short-staffed and through the changes in IT support brought about by the pandemic. Viterbi IT and the school is truly fortunate to have Dante as a valued member of our team. Please join me in congratulating Dante. Dante, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, Kim. I just want to keep this brief, say thank you to everybody that made it possible. Thank you to all the people that nominated me. And I wanted to say a special thanks to all of the Viterbi IT that's been there to support me and keep me going. And to all the staff and faculty, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Dante. Congratulations again to William, Christy, Adam, and Dante. We are so fortunate to have all of you at the Viterbi School. Now I turn the program over to our Vice Dean for Research, Professor Assad Oberoi, who will announce the Faculty Research Awards. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. I think it's an understatement to say that this was a challenging year for everyone, a challenging year for research, certainly. And yet, through the work of your research groups, your graduate students, your undergraduate students, your postdoc, and your research staff, Viterbi Research accomplished amazing things. We celebrated some of those things in the Year in Review video. Dean Yotzos highlighted some of those achievements in his own speech. And we're going to continue that celebration now with the Research Awards, which will honor the inspiring research that some of our colleagues have done. Now, before I announce the awards, I do want to take a moment to thank all our faculty who nominated their colleagues for these awards. And I also want to thank the ad hoc committee who had the really, really hard task of selecting the winners. I don't know how they did it, but you know who you are, and thank you very much. And now I have the wonderful job of introducing the winners. So I'm going to do that. We will start with the Junior Research Awards. And this year, the committee selected 2 winners. One winner is Professor Megan McCain from the Biomedical Engineering Department for pioneering work on cell and tissue engineering. And the other winner is Professor Mahdi Sultan Koltabi from the Ming Sheh Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering and the Department of Computer Science for his work on the mathematical foundations of data science. I would love to hear from both Megan and Mahdi. Megan, congratulations, and would you like to say a few words?
Sure. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. It's really great to be with you today. I'm really honored and humbled by this award. I want to thank the Dean and the Dean's Office for this recognition, and more importantly, for just fostering a very supportive environment for junior faculty. I also want to thank my colleagues in biomedical engineering. As junior faculty, there's a million different things we need to learn, and I've really learned something valuable from each of you. So I really appreciate that, and I look forward to learning more and helping grow the department in new directions as well. I also wanted to acknowledge the Women in Science and Engineering program, the WISE program, especially as junior faculty. It was just really great to have a community of peers and mentors that I could lean on throughout this process. And finally, I know they're not here, but this award really belongs to my students and postdocs who have worked tirelessly in the lab and trusted me as their mentor. So I will certainly be sharing this award with them. So thank you all again, and I look forward to reconnecting in person sometime soon. Thanks.
Thank you, Megan, and congratulations once again. Mahdi, do you want to say a few words?
Sure, I'll just keep it brief. I just want to thank all of my colleagues for nominating and selecting me for this award. this was actually a genuine surprise for me. So thank you.
Thank you, Mahdi. Congratulations. That brings us to our next award, which is for a senior researcher. And this year, the winner of the award is Professor Urvashi Mitra, or Ubli Mitra, from the Mingxie Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering and the Department of Computer Science for her pioneering work in communication theory, information theory, and signal processing. Ubli, congratulations, and would you like to say a few words?
Thank you so much, Asad. I want to echo Mahdi's words. I'm truly surprised and honored by this award. I'm truly, truly indebted to all of my students, my postdocs, collaborators, and colleagues that I've had the opportunity to work with over the past almost 30 years. And clearly this recognition is a recognition of the contributions that they have made as well. I also wanted to take a moment to recognize one of our former own. I believe it was Elsa Garmeyer, who was the first woman to win this award in 1987. She went on to become a member of the National Academy of Engineering, a dean of engineering herself, and I learned recently is one of the architects of one of my favorite things at the Griffiths Observatory, which is the Laserium show. I enjoyed that quite a bit as a child, and perhaps that's part of why I'm here. As everyone has said, it's been a crazy year, and as I look around me, I've seen all of these people that have really risen above the challenges that we've had, and I'm really humbled by them. And I must say I'm also a little speechless, which I'm sure a number of you will be surprised by. So I hope you will forgive me, but I'm going to rely on the words of somebody else to express what I would like to express with all of you today, which is, I hope, a feeling of hope for the future. So this is from the 2017 poem, In This Place, an American Lyric. There's a poem in this place, a poem in America, a poet in every American who rewrites this nation, who tells a story worthy of being told on this minnow of an earth to breathe hope into a palimpsest of time, a poet in every American who sees that our poem penned doesn't mean our poems end. There's a place where this poem dwells. It is here, it is now, in the yellow song of dawn's bell, where we write an American lyric we are just beginning to tell. Now, if you just take the word American, replace it by Trojan, poet with engineer, and poem by theorem, this is how I would like to look at the world. I wish I could properly express my gratitude to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ubli. Thank you. Congratulations, and thank you very much for those wonderful words of wisdom. Let's move on to the next award and the final research award. This is for use-inspired research. And this year, the winner is Professor S.K. Gupta from the Department of Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering and Computer Science for his work in manufacturing, automation, and robotics, and creating partnerships with industry to launch this Center for Advanced Manufacturing. SK, congratulations to you, and would you like to say a few words?
Thanks, Asad. It's truly an honor to receive this award. I would like to begin by thanking Yanis for believing in the manufacturing cause and launching the Center for Advanced Manufacturing. I would also like to thank all my industry collaborators from Lockheed, Raytheon, Boeing, and Siemens for introducing me to these challenging automation problems that can have tremendous impact. We are really making progress towards eliminating the need for humans to perform dangerous and ergonomically challenging tasks. Another thing that I would like to highlight is the truly interdisciplinary culture at Viterbi. I really enjoy the culture at Viterbi. I get to interact with so many inspiring colleagues and learn from them. And finally, I've been very fortunate to have an excellent group of students. They are the main reason behind this award. So I would like to thank all my students. And not last but not the least, I would like to thank AME and Viterbi staff who go beyond their normal duties to help us out and support our work. Thank you very much. It's truly an honor, and I'm very happy.
Thank you, SK, and congratulations once again. That wraps up the Viterbi Research Award winners. Let's celebrate their success once again. And let's keep this going. Let's keep the party going. And with that, I would now call on my colleague, Professor Eric Johnson, who's the Vice Dean for Academic Programs, to celebrate our fantastic teachers with the Teaching Awards. Eric.
Thank you very much, Asad. Obviously, this has been a unique year for teaching, something unique in our entire lifetimes. We are fortunate to have a host of fantastic educators here in our Viterbi school, and I'm honored to be able to bring the two awards that we have today: the 2021 Northrop Grumman Corporation Excellence in Teaching Award and the 2021 Dean's Award for Innovation in Teaching and Education. The selection criteria for both of these are quality of classroom teaching, contributions to curriculum development, innovations in pedagogy, demonstrated high personal and professional standards, and excellent teaching evaluations from our students. These awards are open to all full-time faculty with primary appointments in Viterbi. First, I should say we had an outstanding set of nominees, and I want to thank the nominators for nominating their colleagues, as well as the many students that provided feedback and comments about the nominees. I also want to thank the 6-person faculty committee that was composed of past awardees for their work, and look forward to another suite of outstanding nominees again next year. I should note also our Northrop Grumman awardee is also eligible for nomination for next year's USC Associates Award for Excellence in Teaching, which is the highest honor that the university bestows on faculty for outstanding teaching. With that, let me introduce the Northrop Grumman Corporation. Northrop Grumman solves some of the toughest problems in space, aeronautics, defense, and cyberspace to meet the ever-evolving needs of customers in the US and worldwide. They have 97,000 employees developing technology, science, and engineering to deliver advanced systems, products, and services. As you all know, our Viterbi School has enjoyed many years of collaboration with Northrop Grumman, including many of our Viterbi alumni who have found successful careers within the Northrop Grumman Corporation. Included in that group of alumni is Art Arsenault, who is joining us from Northrop Grumman today. And he will announce the Northrop Grumman Teaching Award awardee. Art is the Director of Engineering for the Strategic Space Systems Division in Northrop Grumman. He earned his undergraduate degree from the University of Colorado in aerospace engineering, and a master's in systems architecting and engineering from USC. He's been with Northrop Grumman for about 20 years. In his position as director, he's responsible for the engineering processes, tools, and training for almost 5,000 engineers. He's also the engineering lead for his division's digital transformation strategy to fully enable a digital thread throughout the entire product development lifecycle. With that, I'll pass it to Art to announce our awardee for the Northrop Grumman Corporation Excellence in Teaching Award. Art is here, but he's muted. Art, can you hear us?
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yep, there we go.
Okay, give me 1 second to put my stuff up. Okay. And, okay. Sorry, technical glitch. Okay, so first off, I want to thank all the USC faculty and administration for your work in developing and inspiring the next generation of global technical leaders. It's that drive for inspiring technical excellence that has driven the great partnership between Northrop Grumman and USC. I had the privilege earlier in my career to be one of the stewards of that partnership, working for Northrop Grumman and enabling awards like this and driving that partnership between USC and Northrop Grumman. And in honor of that technical excellence, I would like to announce that the award winner for the Northrop Grumman Award is Dr. Sandeep Gupta. And Dr. Gupta exemplifies, you know, the leadership qualities that, you know, are needed for this generation, especially looking at his, how he has inspired the next generation of electrical engineers with a new curriculum program. Because that's really where the beginning of a first-year student's decision to remain in engineering comes from. And, you know, as we look across the digital space and the technical problems we have to solve, keeping these first-year students engaged, strengthening that curriculum and strengthening their bond with engineering as a future and a career is so critical. So we would like to thank Dr. Gupta for that, and also, you know, as a part of this award, we receive a lot of the feedback from the students, and it is overwhelmingly positive, the comments that were made on behalf of Dr. Gupta. And so the first year students are feeling it. The things you've put in place are working, and they're helping to retain that talent and develop it into future technical leaders. And we have over 4,000 USC alumni within Northrop Grumman. So of our 97,000 employees plus, over 4,000 of them are from USC. So thank you to Dr. Gupta and to USC for your continued excellence. And with that, Dr. Gupta, would you like to make any remarks?
I thank Northrop Grumman for this award and Art for these kind words. I think this comes as a complete surprise to me because I demand a recount. I was nominating somebody else. So I demand a recount. Unfortunately, there is no place where we can storm and attack today. So we'll leave it at that. But thank you for the committee, and thank you for my colleagues who have nominated me and set an example right from the beginning. There are too many people in the department and school who have helped me understand teaching. You know, you learn on the job because you don't get a faculty position because you know how to teach. You get a faculty position and then you learn how to teach. And I've been helped by many in that respect, too many to name here. But I'd like to also thank my students who have put up with me. They show up in the class. They put up with my bad handwriting. They put up with my disorganized lectures. And they give me feedback. They keep the positive feedback for somewhere else, looks like. They don't give it to me. But I'm happy that they and my teaching of the first year student was mentioned by Art, and that started when I was a department chair and I was not required to teach. But I thought I've learned this way I get some connection with undergraduates, and that's how I started. And now I'm stuck teaching these classes forever because I can't walk away. It's not because I can't walk away. It's an interesting experience. So I'm trying to continue to work with the first year students. Thank you very much to everybody.
Thank you. And we will take you up on the recount, but next year when we do the award again.
Thank you all. Thank you, Sandeep, and you're being very modest. We appreciate all of your hard work. Jumping now to the Dean's Award for Innovation in Teaching and Education. The Dean's Award this year goes to Dr. Joseph Greenfield. Joe is an associate professor in our information technology practice. He's been teaching for our ITP program since 2006. He is a product of our own education. He earned his bachelor's degree in computer engineering, computer science from USC, and then a Master of Science in Computer Science from USC in 2006, and then started teaching for us in our information technology program, and has been promoted to senior lecturer and most recently to associate professor of practice. He also has earned his PhD in computer science from the University of Rhode Island in the meantime. He also works part-time as a computer forensics examiner for Merriman and Associates, a security and forensics consulting firm here in LA. A few things I want to highlight about Joe. He has co-developed a Bachelor of Arts in Intelligence and Cyber Operations, a program that ITP teaches with Dornsief's International Relations faculty. This program started just 3 or 4 years ago and already has on the order of about 100 students. He, over the past 15 years, developed and has led ITP's minors in applied computer security and in computer and digital forensics, including developing 10 unique courses in these areas. The head of cyber defense at PayPal called these one of the best computer forensics programs in the US, linking theory to practice, creating once-in-a-lifetime opportunities for his students. The students who have graduated with this minor are employed by companies including Ernst & Young, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Microsoft, CrowdStrike, Crypsys, Palo Alto Networks, et cetera, et cetera. I could go on, and have graduated most recent year. Average starting salary is almost $90,000 a year, which is fantastic. Joe also serves as the faculty mentor for Cyborg, our student organization on cybersecurity and forensics. He's taught 11 different classes over the past 15 years for ITP, the informatics program, and for Viterbi. He currently teaches ITP 125, which is titled From Hackers to CEOs, Introduction to Information Security, and ITP 475, Advanced Digital Forensics. I want to talk a little bit about the latter, the Advanced Digital Forensics. The title sounds is fine, but it's really not descriptive of the innovative nature of the class. This is a class that is sort of a capstone in the computer forensics area, and it caps off with a mock trial that Joe has developed over the years and organizes every year, in which he has secured the time from a real judge that works in cybercrime and cyber areas, one of the attorneys from the LA District Attorney's Office to serve as a prosecutor, and another attorney to act as a defense. And the students in the class have to act as witnesses for the prosecution. And they are up, they are sworn in, they have to answer questions, have to be cross-examined, and so forth. The students have really responded to this. A graduate from last year said that the mock trial was the most valuable final exam experience I've ever had. In organizing the mock trial, Professor Greenfield truly went above and beyond what is ordinarily expected of a professor. He booked an actual courtroom, invited a sitting judge, active defense attorneys and prosecutors, and invited an audience of industry professionals so that we could network afterwards. Joe's been called a high voltage, indefatigable, optimistic producer who helps USC students inside and outside the Viterbi School at every turn. I could go on and on with comments from the students, but I would like to bring Joe to the stage, so to speak. And thank you, Joe, for your hard work, and congratulations on being the 2021 awardee for the Dean's Award for Innovation in Teaching and Education. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, Dean Johnson and Dean Yortos, for this very high accolade. I was not like everyone else. I was not expecting this, but thank you very much, and thank you to Mike Lee and all the ITP faculty who nominated me for this award. Eric, like you said, I'm proud to be a USC Trojan alum, and my goal has always been to build the programs that I wish was here when I was a student way back in the Stone Ages. And to continue that excellence moving forward to establish USC as the premier school for cybersecurity and cyber forensic education for undergraduates. And none of this would be possible without my ITB faculty colleagues and staff supporting me, and of course the support of my wife and family, Fernanda, and my daughters Valentina and Ariella, for keep pushing me for continued excellence. So thank you very much to everyone for this award.
Congratulations, Joe. I'll now pass it back to Dean Yortzis to present the special awards categories.
Thank you, Eric, and congratulations again to all the winners so far. We still have 2 more categories to go, and it is my honor and pleasure to do that. I would like now to present the newly renamed Linda Rock Staff Award for Service. This award was established more than about 3 decades ago and recognizes exceptional service over the years. Last year, it was named for the first time in honor of the legacy of our Linda Rock, a former Vice Dean of Administration, who spent 25 years at USC Viterbi and epitomized service over her long tenure at the school. I would like to thank Judy and Jim Baum for providing the support that named this award for the next several years. This award followed the recommendation of an appropriate committee, which I happily endorsed. The inaugural awardees of the Linda Rock Staff Award for Service this year are 2, Lauren Farrell and Risa Melvin. Lauren joined USC Viterbi in the summer of 2014 as the Associate Director of Research Administration. Her work ethic, dedication, professionalism, and thirst to learn new things have made her an invaluable member of our research administration. As Darren Gray, the director of our STEM educational outreach program, stated in his letter of support, she epitomizes professionalism and couples it with kindness and empathy. Lauren constantly embraces new challenges, ranges from putting together a workshop for new faculty to taking on the challenge of serving as Viterbi change leader for the USC Imagine Workday project. She was also a voice of change, particularly through her participation in this year and leadership of the Viterbi Black Employee Resources Group. As we congratulate Lauren on this most deserving award, we must also and sadly say goodbye to her. Earlier this month, Lauren accepted an offer to join Harvard University as the Associate Dean of Research Administration in Harvard's Faculty of Arts and Sciences. We'll miss you, Lauren, but we look forward for you to teach Harvard a thing or two from your experience here. Congratulations. This year, the committee recommended a co-recipient of the Linda Rock Staff Award, Risa Melvin. Risa joined USC in 2015 in the USC Dvorak Peck School of Social Work before joining Viterbi, where she's serving as Assistant Director of Graduate Admission. She has excelled in her admissions role, consistently distinguishing herself. In fact, Risa will graduate this spring with a master's in communication management degree from USC Annenberg. Her leadership skills shined through this past year when the country experienced a racial reckoning. Responding to the need for change, Risa founded last summer the Viterbi Black Employee Resources Group, a new space for the Viterbi community to share. A space that encourages awareness, sensitivity, and education among all willing to learn. This ERG has created a bridge across the school for support and community for all its Black employees, but also for many others. Kevin Henry, USC Viterbi's Director of Diversity for Graduate and Professional Programs, said, "This group has been a saving grace for Viterbi's Black staff and for allies alike. It has provided an opportunity to have honest conversations about experiences, both professionally and personally, as well as a space for suggestions and for ideas to a forward path." So congratulations to both Lauren and Risa, and I will ask first Lauren and then Risa to step up and say a few words.
Thank you very much. So as you stated, my last day with USC and Viterbi is quickly approaching May 12th. And I think this is an extraordinary way to close my time here. Also having the opportunity to read the thoughts of my colleagues in support of me being recognized in this way was amazing, or is amazing. The energy behind the letters and the genuineness that they radiated means the world to me. So I want to thank Nicole Phillips for nominating me, and thank you to all of the faculty and staff who contributed thoughts and experiences in support of this nomination. When I was reading them, I couldn't help but recognize there was kind of a not so subtle backdrop that there is uniqueness or something special about the support and patience or guidance and equity that I provided over the years. And unique and special really should be our experiences, our cultures, our traditions, but not necessarily in our ability to really see and support each other. The video that we watched earlier reminded me that the intent behind engineering is ultimately to build new realities, and its concept is rooted in service and collaboration and the betterment of society. So as I very humbly and sincerely thank you for this recognition, I also want to use this as an opportunity to remind you not to allow the noise and the busyness and the routine of our days distract you from the work that's required and the intention behind what it means to truly engineer.
Risa.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this tremendous honor. I want to first thank my husband for encouraging and supporting me to pursue this idea to fruition. I want to thank my executive board, Candace, Kevin, Lauren. I could not do this without you three. I will never forget the utter despair and rage and disappointment that I felt last summer after watching George Floyd's murder. And in the days after, being at work, emotionally drained and meeting after meeting, desperately searching for an outlet or resources or acknowledgement of life outside of work that was deeply affecting me. And my heart sank thinking of others who may feel this way as well. Therein birthed the idea of the Black Employee Resource Group. I sprang into action to create this group to have a safe shared space for us to uplift one another, build community, provide support and professional development. A few months shy of 1 year since our inception, I'm happy to say that the Black ERG has successfully built a supportive community through social, educational, and professional development programming. Our discussion series highlights the history and current issues faced by the Black community, helping to create organizational change, provide comfortable spaces for everyone to engage in cultural conversations that promote understanding across identity groups. For me, the Black ERG is just the beginning, the first at Viterbi, pioneering a path to a more inclusive work environment. My goal is to help create employee resource groups for all identity groups to help improve workplace culture, giving a voice to employee needs, increase awareness, and promoting equity. I just really want to thank you again for nominating me and for this amazing honor. I truly appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Risa and Lauren, and again, congratulations. I just wanted to also make a note that all these multiple awards does not mean dividing the award by N, where N is the number of awardees, but each one gets actually the award prize for the one that they get. In other words, everybody gets the Oscar if we can make that analogy there. We don't divide the Oscar in multiple pieces. I now come to the final award, the John O'Brien Faculty Award for Service. Again, before I proceed, I wanted to thank again Brian and Julie Min and Dr. Masood and Mrs. Surinder Tayebi for endowing this award. In this unprecedented year of change, constant adaptability and agility, so many of our faculty responded in extraordinary fashion to help advance our mission of education and research under very challenging conditions. Examples abounded. More importantly, our students were able to receive the high quality Viterbi education delivered with competence and passion by all our faculty. Indeed, if there was a moment that defined what it means to be a university faculty member, it was this past year. You know, in-person delivery has many advantages, but as far as the specific instruction time is concerned, it is part of our daily academic routine. Online delivery from home, as was the case last year, brought in a different dimension, one that in many ways blurred the distinction between university education and research and home life, one that created a very different connection between faculty and students for this reason, a connection that is immersive and to some degree of a different reality in ways never possible before. The extraordinary ability for immersion in service has characterized our late colleague John O'Brien, after whom this award is named. And in this extraordinary year, I can think of no better way to express this parallelism of immersion of service to immersive teaching, but to award the John O'Brien Faculty Award for Service to all our faculty. The idea that each of our faculty today will have John's name associated with theirs truly elevates all of us. It connects us through a common, lasting bond. This bond was solidified in this year of incredible uncertainty and challenge, but also a year of perseverance and hope, a year where so many helped engineer a better world for all. To receive this award on behalf of everyone, I asked the faculty member with the longest service in the school, Professor Sami Masri of Civil and Environmental Engineering, to receive it. As Sami would attest, the decision to award to all faculty was made more than 2 weeks ago, before Monday's announcement by the President of awarding this year's presidential medallion to every USC employee. I assume that like minds think the same, but just a note for the record. So Sami, the screen is yours.
Well, first, thank you, Dean Yorsis, for asking me to accept this award on behalf of all the Viterbi faculty. Given all that transpired last year, I think this John O'Brien Service Award is very well deserved by all of us, and we all deserve pat on the back. So thank you.
Thank you, Sami. And I wanted to mention that there will be an exception to this award. It will not be given to all the faculty at the same rate. I don't think we have that amount of money for that particular award. So think of it as dividing the entire the award by N, where the N is the number of faculty. So every one of you probably gets a double espresso from Starbucks as a result of that. Courtesy of the Dean, we may want to do that. Nonetheless, and in all seriousness, I cannot see a better way to connect every one of us with John's name. I think this is something that I find to be so fitting and so wonderful, given John's commitment to service and to teaching as well. So thank you all for taking the time to attend this joyous occasion. Before we leave, I want to thank all my colleagues who coordinated the various awards, Kim, Assad, Eric. I'd like to thank Kim Matsunaga of the USC Faculty Awards Office for keeping me honest when I described the various awards. And more importantly, my colleague at the Dean's Office, Cassandra Nash, who organized this event with the help of Michael Guay. Thank you, Cassandra and Michael. Don't forget also to view the PBS special Lives, Not Grades, which is airing on May 5. It is a PBS documentary produced here at USC by Daniel Truhora and highlighting the civil engineering 499 class and their trip to Lesbos, Greece. This will be a world premiere in the public television stations on May 5th. You can get more information from our website as well. Also, don't forget to attend on May 6th, the ribbon cutting ceremony for the almost 115,000 square foot Dr. Allen and Charlotte Ginsburg Human Centered Computation Building. The future home of the Department of Computer Science is coming up next week. So have a great afternoon. It was wonderful to see all of you, and fight on.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can why